Hello everybody, I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. Today we're going to be looking at my forecast as far as the system that is going to be tracking throughout the plains and bringing some snowfall and quite some heavy snowfall at that, potentially 6 to 12 inches over some areas, as you'll see in my forecast that's coming up at the very end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned. That's going to include my own personal surface map that I did, and then also my rain forecast, my rainfall forecast, my ice accumulation forecast, and then also my snowfall forecast. I spent about 3 to 4 hours making graphics this morning, so I hope you guys really do enjoy them, and I hope to make more as we got more winter storms later on in the winter season. Now, here is the National Weather Service, and pretty active from coast to coast. We'll start off in the west and move to the east. So we have winter weather advisories in effect all across the Rockies and the Sierras, and then that's in the purples, winter storm warnings in the pinks over the higher elevations, wind advisories and high wind warnings or high wind watches in effect for parts of Southern California, Arizona, into southern New Mexico, and southwestern parts of Texas, and then also another area here for parts of South Carolina and into Georgia. Now we have wind chill advisories over parts of northern North Dakota and northwesternmost Minnesota, and then also we do have some winter weather advisories in effect for parts of the central part of the country, including Nebraska, Kansas, even parts of Iowa, most of Missouri actually, and into southern Illinois. And some of this might actually be upgraded into a winter storm warning. And I wouldn't be surprised if you do live in this area, if you are put under a winter storm warning, because you could be receiving more than 6 inches of snowfall out of this event. And in the purples, again, those are winter weather advisories, winter storm watches in the blues, and then also some lake effect going on, winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories in effect over those areas. And then we have some flood warnings, flood advisories, and flood watches as well, all over parts of the coastal Northeast. And that's just because of this big rainmaker that's moving up the East Coast that could be dumping closer to 1 to 2 inches over these areas, and some of that accumulation has already fallen. Now, here is the European model as far as what it's showing for its precipitation. So we're gonna continue. This is a 1 hour. This is going in 1 hour increments. So here is your storm right now. So your storm is located right over here. Now, also, I want you to take into account, because there is going to be quite a bit of freezing rain with this event, that this blue line, this is your 32-degree line. So this is basically where you should be snow to the north and rain to the south, and then maybe right along it some mixing in. And of course, you could still get some rain if you're in above north of the 32-degree line, and snow if you're south of the 32-degree line. But for the most part, your snow should be north and your rain should be to the south. So that's going to be important with this system, as you're going to have a lot of mixing issues. So your storm currently located this would be for just a couple hours from right now. This would be right around 3 or 4 p.m. So this is moving across parts of Nebraska, Wyoming, Colorado. Now it's going to move. It's going to continue moving. Now it starts to form this band of snow, and a rain snow line starts to develop over Missouri and into Kansas. And you still have this snow wrapping all the way back into parts of northern Arizona. So as we continue this, the snow really starts to detach from this other kind of, it's going to form another low pressure, sort of, and that's going to be focused right over parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas, and it's going to move northward and northeastward, and that's going to bring all its moisture north and northeastward. So as we continue, see the heaviest snow starting to form. This low pressure really is just going to sit around, and also we have this threat for severe weather. The Storm Prediction Center already has that severe weather threat outlined for Monday over parts of Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, and then into Mississippi and Alabama. Snow breaking out over D.C. and then into parts of Pennsylvania, Maryland, Northern Virginia, West Virginia, all seeing snow by this point. heads into New Jersey, New York City, and then into upstate New York by time it is Monday afternoon. So this should be right around your evening commute. So this is going to be pretty hectic travel. Snow's still wrapping around into Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, and Kansas by this point as we get into your Monday night. And then as we continue, turns over to rain over parts that are not really. Only New England and upstate New York are left in the snow. The rest of us are in this rain and mixing or ice. So that's as far as the European 1 hour goes out. It only goes out 90 hours. So, but you really get an idea of how much snowfall it's forecasting. So let's get into that right now. How much it's forecasting. So here is the Europeans forecasted snowfall, and you're seeing about 2 to 6 inches in this blue, and then in the purples that's going to be about 6 to 12 inches or more. So see a lot of 6 inches plus over parts of Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, and Kansas. So of course this is just one model. We're not going to get into any other models with this video today, but we are going to look at my forecast. Going to leave some time left in the video for my forecast. And I am relying on the European a lot with this, not too much, but I am kind of agreeing with it the most. I do think that you'll have this southern extent somewhere kind of like this. So I do agree with where the European places the low, but I am kind of disagreeing in just a couple of aspects here. I think it overdoes some of the freezing rain accumulation and also some of the snowfall as well. So here is the total rainfall, and you're seeing a good 1 to 3 inches over parts of Kentucky, into southern Ohio, and into West Virginia. I think this will be placed a bit further south, so more into Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee. But other than that, I kind of agree with this forecast as far as what the European is showing. So now let's get into my forecast, and you're seeing here, this is my surface map. So this is going from today, which would be the 14th, all the way to the 17th here. So you're seeing, here's my forecast. So in these greens, that's all rainfall. In the lightest green, that's going to be some rain showers, just steady, moderate rain, and really consistent rainfall over anywhere from Texas into Oklahoma and then up through into the mid-Atlantic. Then thunderstorms, which aren't going to be severe necessarily, over parts of Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Severe weather over here for parts of Florida, and then stretching into Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and Louisiana as well. That's where the Storm Prediction Center outlines over here, but I also think as it's still going to be very warm over Florida, you still could be seeing some severe thunderstorms popping up here and there. Now, you have some snow. Here's the snow in the blue here. So snow showers in the lightest blue, and that's from Maine, and then kind of through into Canada, and then back onto our map here through Michigan, southern Wisconsin, into Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, and Nebraska, Colorado, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas as well. Now, your steady snow and your mainly snow area is going to be here through the central part of the country, up through the Great Lakes and interior Northeast. Now, you're going to have a mixing area, and that's going to be where you're going to change over from from snow to mixing to some rain at the very end. And that's going to be over from parts of the southern New England area down through the mid-Atlantic and up kind of this thin area separating the snow and the rain as you get farther west. Then an ice area where you're going to have significant icing over parts of the Pennsylvania and northwestern New Jersey. So definitely could cause some slick travel over those areas with all that ice. Now, here is my rainfall forecast from this event. So you're seeing anywhere in this light green, that's where you're going to be seeing at least less than an inch. So any form of rainfall is going to be picked up in this area. Now, 1 to 2 inches is going to stripe right from Long Island down through West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, and down into the deep south. Now, you're going to have your final layer, 2 to 3 inches, over parts of Kentucky, West Virginia, and Tennessee as well, where you could be staying in the heaviest rain. But most of this rain won't be severe; it'll just be very heavy and really not too many thunderstorms. It will be cold enough that you won't be able to really produce enough rising clouds, so not enough moisture or lift in the atmosphere to provide some thunderstorms. So it's just gonna be a steady, heavy rain. No thunderstorms expected with this. Now, here is your ice accumulation forecast, and this is also going from the 14th through the 17th. All these maps are going all the way through from now to the 17th. So under a tenth of an inch of ice anywhere in this lightest pink shade. So that's stretching from Oklahoma and then all the way through up into parts of southern New England. Now here is your next layer, and that's going to be one layer of a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch of ice, which could be pretty significant here over parts of Missouri and southern Illinois, and then also into parts of West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, into southernmost upstate New York and Long Island, and then also into southernmost New England. Now here is your quarter of an inch to half an inch of ice, and that's really, it's kind of hard to pick out because they are so kind of jammed close together, but that will be for parts of northern New Jersey, just to the north of New York City, and then into Pennsylvania, and then stretching through the coastal areas of southern New England. Now here is my snowfall forecast, what you guys might be waiting for here. And I have a coating to an inch over parts of in this light blue, so that's stretching from Colorado all the way up through Maine. Now here is your 1 to 3 inch area, and that's going to be again from Colorado up into parts of southernmost Maine, and kind of filling in everywhere in between. Now here is your 3 to 6 inch area, and that's going to be from Kansas into Missouri, into the south central part of Illinois, and then into south central Indiana, central parts of Ohio, stretching into parts of Pennsylvania, northernmost New Jersey, southern half of New York, and into southern New England. Now here's your 6 to 12 inch area, and that's going to be your final layer, and that's going to be over parts of northern Missouri and then into Kansas. Now some of these areas on the models are going to be forecasted to pick up over 6 inches, but I'm not going to put it there yet because we're still very uncertain on the track. If it moves a little bit further north, a lot of places could get nothing even if they were expecting 3 to 6 inches or 1 to 3 inches. So I'm gonna kind of play it safe for now. I might update this forecast, and I'm just gonna keep 6 to 12 inches, just closer to where we have the most certainty over parts of eastern Kansas and then into northern and central parts of Missouri. Anyways, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please consider to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video when I upload. Anyways, guys, I am going to see you guys in the next video. Please consider sharing this as well. If you think that anybody that you know is affected by this storm, please consider sharing it so that they are notified, because some areas could be picking up over 6 inches of snowfall. Anyways, I am going to leave you guys here. I'll see you guys in the next video.